two teams looking for strong ways to end their season. Vancouver, desperately pushing for a playoff push at 3-6, need to win or they're done. San Francisco is already eliminated at 2-7, but they can play spoiler for the Legion. It's week 11 from Canada Field in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. The Legion or the Sharks? Who will come out on top on this food chain? You are looking live from a sold-out Canada Field in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colin Northrup, your play-by-play announcer. Rick Northrup on color.
Good evening, oh Canada.
The Sharks, coming off a close loss last week to the Las Vegas Fury. We were there. This team can be explosive, especially with Gabriel Manning at the wide receiver position. For the Legion, Brett Killian and Frank Champion pace the way along with top draft pick Cody Hill. Mark Biddix is having a nice season for the Legion, coming over in the offseason from Carolina. As the Sharks call the toss of the coin, Rob Roby, the captain, he called it correctly with heads. And the Sharks will elect to get the ball first, so we'll see.
The Legion surprised as they tried to sneak in a two-headed loony for the coin flip.
Eric Wallace. Ironically, he played on San Francisco last year. He will be doing the kicking for the Legion, and we're underway. The return will be fielded by Gabriel Manning. Up the middle of the 30, breaks a tackle and gets knocked down at the 38-yard line.
Decent return to get them set up to start the ball game.
Let's set up that rest of that Shark offense for you. We already mentioned Rob Roby, the quarterback, number 1. Gabriel Manning is one of the wide receivers, number 18. Matt Burnham, the tight end, number 87. Ogun Zulu, the tailback, number 21. Mickey Martino, number 15, the wide receiver. We'll get to the Legion defense in just a minute as we get a free play, and Ogunzulu takes the swing pass and only picks up 2 yards, so they'll likely accept the penalty to make it 1st and 5. As Red Ross, the defensive end, the guilty party.
Somehow the Sharks didn't recognize, at least the quarterback didn't recognize the penalty because the playbook says you do what on a free play, Colin?
You take a shot.
Take your shot.
The cornerbacks for Vancouver are number 23, Major Key, and number 25, Trey Lawson. The safeties are number 32, Marquise Reed, and Markham Lopez, number 27, as the throw over the middle to Manning is complete for a pickup of 4 yards. It is set up a 2nd and 1.
We're just underway here in Vancouver. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
Frank Champion is the middle linebacker, number 99, and the defensive tackle is the undrafted Franco Sonati, number 94. As Roby drops back to throw, throws to the sideline, out of bounds. Is Manning the league's top wide receiver in terms of money.
As the twins Donald and Douglas would say, so close. Well, still 3rd and 1.
Whole playbook's open here. As Ogunzulu dots the I. Hawthorne is in front of him at fullback. Here's the counterplay to Zulu, and Ogun picks up a first down just over the other side of 50, and he'll mark it at the Vancouver 49.
That was a muscle-on-muscle play there, Colin, as the Legion loads up the line of scrimmage, and the Sharks say, we've got you, and form the wall on the counter and able to pick up the first down.
Split shotgun look. Both backs flanking either side of Roby. Back to throw, and Rob going deep down the field. Got a man open. It's Manning to the 17-yard line. Woo-hoo. That's his 3rd catch. He now has 36 yards, and that was a big chunk of it right there. He beat Major Key on that side. He likes to fancy himself as Major Island after Revis Island, but that time the island was overrun with invaders.
Somebody got on the other side of the island and was wide open.
Counterplay to Zulu, cuts it back up the middle and fights forward for 2.
That was blown up a little bit there by the Legion as they leaked into the backfield. He couldn't make the preferred first cut to the right side on that Colin and had to kind of bob and weave his way to the line of scrimmage. Still able to manufacture a gain.
2 wide receivers to the either side. Manning to the bottom as Roby drops back to throw. Will throw this, try to fit it in for Manning, but it's knocked away by Mr. Champion.
I thought you were going to say drops back to throw a pick. So close there.
3rd down and 8 from the 15. Forgot to mention for San Francisco, Razatarian Sloan, the undrafted rookie free agent, is the kicker, number 17. So Roby should be smart here, not wanting to make any mistakes, because you do have that 3 points in your back hip pocket. Empty shotgun look for San Francisco as Roby changes to play. Looks against the dime defense, back to throw over the middle, and it's going to be a first down to Matt Burnham. It looked like he was going the wrong way, and then eventually
he had to, he kind of had to back up to go forward, and he makes a man miss. I didn't get the number of the Legion player that got juked.
1st and goal from the 6, 2 tight ends to one side, Manning to the top. Here's the throw out to the fullback Hawthorne, and Hawthorne gets knocked out of bounds after a pickup of 1.
That could have worked if it had been thrown half a beat sooner and not behind the runner. It was there. It brings up 2nd and goal.
I think Major Key is owning up to that last miss on Burnham.
Oh, was that Major? Yeah.
He says, well, that was a whiff. I don't know if it's him or if he was referring to one of his teammates. But Ogunzulu gets the carry up the middle, breaks the tackle, and almost got into the end zone.
Oh, so close on that one. Yeah, I thought it might have been Major Key, Colin, but I didn't want to give a shout-out to someone who had made a whiff without being sure.
Appreciate the greeting, Andy, as he says hi to both of us and the dog.
The dog was a real pain.
As he gives off to Zulu on the counter, but he didn't get in on 3rd and goal. Beautiful stop by Marcus Reed, the former linebacker, moved to strong safety this offseason, and San Francisco will have to kick what essentially is an extra point.
Oh, my. The Marquis de Reed. Yeah, I was going to say Denver was being a real pain in the rear, and he's outside right now.
As Razatarian Sloan, the 18-yard field goal attempt is up and good. So with 6:19 left, San Francisco strikes first. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls.
Kickoff is away.
Jump off the sidelines and into the action.
And he's
Here where we're
fielded
loading
by
legends at the SFL.
Lawson, who gets it up to the 25. First and 10 for Vancouver, and we'll get a look at Brett Killian and the rest of them. We'll give you the lineups after this play. I formation, Sanchez in front of Hill. And Biddix will throw, and he will get sacked on the first play. A loss of 6 yards. Sack time for John Osiris, the defensive tackle, number 95.
Biddix is a little slow getting up there. I don't know if it's a bruised backside or a bruised ego on that one, as the pocket was holding up until it just collapsed.
Running back for the Legion is number 21, Cody Hill, the 9th overall pick. Jonathan Sanchez moved to fullback to accommodate the rookie. Brett Killian, the wide receiver, number 12. The other wide receiver is number 80, Trevor Farrell, as Biddix steps up, floats this one for Sanchez, but he dropped the ball.
Oh, no, as he kicks the turf, as he mentally kicks himself in the head. Yeah, notice how Biddix on that one, he might now be a little bit worried about the rush, as he alertly stepped up into the pocket to make that throw.
There's a look at Isaiah Crowell with that last pressure. Vancouver goes 4 wide on third down. 2 wide receivers to either side. Back to throw is Biddix. Pumps. He goes deep to Brett Killian, who catches it and runs past the first down marker. He'll get knocked down at the 45.
Wow, nice pump fake, as that kind of freezes the secondary just enough. Watch this.
Correction, that was Cage Stevens, who moved to a reserve role.
As Stevens wanders out into the medium flat. Is that a thing? Made that up.
The linebacker for San Francisco is number 54, Chad Guy. The safeties are number 30, Cristiano Torres, and number 20, Barry Barkley. The corners are number 23, Dean Maddox, and number 27, Camden Hoffman. And Abner St. John is the defensive end. As Cody Hill picks up a first down of about 11 or 12 yards straight up the gut.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the very definition of north-south running. Follows his lead blocker,
who didn't really have to block anybody.
No, he just kind of gets in the way of 23 for the Sharks. That's going to be Dean Maddox.
You know, it was surprising that Hill fell down as far as he did. A lot of people expect him to go number 1 overall, as Biddix will throw this out to Brett Killian. That's his first catch. He'll pick up 4 yards. Hoffman on the tackle.
That's a great individual tackle, open field tackle by Camden Hoffman. He's got to do his job, which he does. Otherwise, that's good for another 5 to 7 yards. Well done.
Abner St. John is the defensive end for San Francisco. He was the nose tackle last year.
My favorite formation right here. Let's see what the Hamiltons
I formation as Hill up the middle, but a man jumped offside, so
I don't know if that's going to be enough to give him a first down, but he'll accept the penalty, obviously.
Chad Guy on the tackle.
On the penalty yardage, to be clear.
It was John Osiris, the defensive tackle, the guilty party. He's a reserve player this year for San Francisco after having a contract last year.
Interesting. I was unaware.
There's a look at Hill behind Sanchez. On 2nd and 1, as Cody up the middle will pick up the first down. He'll get knocked down at the 30.
Well, the Legion just focusing on moving the sticks, Colin, right now.
Well, San Francisco last week gave up over 100 yards to Robert Redford. So, as Biddix will throw to Killian, but he'll only pick up a yard. And that's a generous spot, if that.
There was, indeed. There was nothing much happening with that. My guess is there was good coverage all the way around as he just puts it out there for a short completion. We'll pick it up at 2nd and 9.
We'll get to the playoff scenarios involving Vancouver in a moment as the throw goes out to Killian, and Killian catches the pass for a 29-yard touchdown for Vancouver.
Excellent, excellent work there by the receiving core, as that wasn't his only option here, but he's looking downfield, last second.
Right over Torres.
Checks to his right, yep, and there he is.
As he beat Maddox for the 29-yard strike. So Vancouver is on the board.
They methodically went down the field, Colin. That was impressive.
Impressive indeed. A good mix of both plays as Eric Walsh will try the extra point attempt. A hold of Mark Salt. And it is good. So with time remaining in the first quarter, Legion take a 7-3 lead over Vancouver. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned.
Kick this away.
Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast.
Up the middle.
Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Stopped at the 32.
Those of you just joining, the Sharks took the opening kickoff right down to the 1-foot line. The Legion puts up a good goal line stand and forces a 3-point punt. Thank you very much.
Is this
field goal? It's my first time yet.
Shotgun formation. Zulu to the left of Roby. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. We haven't heard from Mickey Martino yet. As this is another throw that goes out to Gabriel Manning, and Trey Lawson almost took that away.
He almost did indeed. That's good for a couple. Again, some of the OCs in the league get enamored with these simple outs, and I'm not sure what they're accomplishing. But 2nd and 8 for your San Francisco Sharks.
Martino to the bottom of the screen. Vancouver in press coverage. Back to throw. The blitz is on. Picked up nicely. Over the middle go the Sharks, and that is Tim Brown Jr.
And the Legion makes a big mistake with their alignment as they back everybody off so deep that the line to gain is actually in front of most of the DBs. Simply runs out to the sticks, turns around, makes the catch. First down.
Well, Tim Brown Jr. caught a pass. Alert the media. As Roby back to throw over the middle in a tight window, and it's caught for a first down by Manning.
And maybe that's why you throw those simple outs. You get him in a rhythm, Colin.
Ball is marked at the 45 following a completion. 5 catches for 51 yards on 6 targets for Manning. He's to the bottom of the screen as they go with an extra tight end. Do the Sharks, number 89, Aaron Razor. Here's the counter play to Ogun Zulu, and Zulu's got a lot of room, 30, and he gets knocked down at the 27.
I don't know if we'll get the chance to see this, but the Legion put everybody on the line, and then they even blitz the 2 linebackers. And once he gets in past the line in scrimmage, he's got a lot of room to run.
Marquise Reed saved a touchdown.
He's a marquee player.
There's a look at Trey Lawson guarding Martino. He hasn't been targeted yet. And so far it's been Manning and Burnham doing most of the heavy lifting as Roby goes down the middle and it's intercepted by Marquise Reed. I believe he was looking for the mouse, Martino, and he just criminally underthrew him.
I think Roby thought Reed was going to go with the slot receiver who was running an out, and instead he stays home and ends up right in the flight plan of that ball for the pick.
As the Legion line up with a three-man backfield, reserve tight end Bryce Duncan in the backfield along with Hill and Sanchez, and Hill will get this carry and pick up 3 yards.
I'm impressed with the Legion D so far, Colin. I mean, they've let themselves get marched right down the field and still end up coming up with big plays after San Francisco gets into the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
What say you?
I agree. I concur as both receivers line up to the bottom split backs. Biddix throwing it out for Sanchez, and Sanchez will actually lose a yard as Eric stops. Well, made the stop. That's the end of the first quarter. The Legion in front of the Sharks 7-3. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. We'll get to the playoff scenarios in a moment here. While we have them pulled up.
So you're saying Vancouver at 3-6 is still technically alive? There's still a chance.
Yes, they own the conference tiebreaker over the Denver Nightwings, who share the same record as them, as Biddix pops this one over the middle for Killian, who gets knocked down at the 32-yard line. Biddix now up to 79 yards with that last pass.
Here we go.
You got to think Denver's rooting exceptionally hard for the Sharks to knock out the Legion. They go 3 wide receivers this time. Stevens is in the slot. No, he's to the bottom of your screen. And they go instead to the slot, and it's Trevor Farrell with the catch to first down to the 49.
You knew the slot was going to pay there, didn't you?
And that's a pretty big guy lining up in the slot there. It's Farrell, 6'4", 225. The guy can really run it. There's a look at Sanchez, who's had to accept a new role, but so far he's performing as the throw goes out to Farrell out of that bunch, and he picks up 7 yards on first down.
Where's the sprint key on that one? He had more room, but just can't get a full head of steam. Still makes a nice gain.
Mark Biddix already up over 100 yards with that last completion. Quarterback rating, a sparkly 150.9. Quick drop for Biddix. Tried to fit it in for Farrell, but it was knocked away by the Sharks' number 42, the backup free safety to Barry Barkley Taz Curry. So we get another look at it. Looking for Farrell on that sort of inside slant cut. And just couldn't find it. As owner Andy Hamilton is pleading for a pass interference call. You know, these refs must have gone from the John O'Neill school of refereeing, because that might have been on the edge of getting PI. I don't know.
It might. John O'Neill. All the Big Ten fans are going to know what you're talking about there.
As the throw for Farrell goes out of bounds just short of the marker.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. 80, as good as you're playing, you needed to run that 3 feet deeper.
And it looks like they're lining up to go for it. Will they actually snap it, or is this a game of chicken? They do snap it to Hill, and he gets stopped in the backfield. Turnover on downs.
Oh, my goodness.
Chad Guy was the one who made the play, fought through the wash. to make the play. And so San Francisco with an opportunity to grab some momentum here.
And no challenge on that either, Colin.
Split backs in the gun as Roby takes the snap, fires it quickly over the middle to Tim Brown Jr., who makes the catch for 10 yards and a first down.
Hey, Tim Brown Jr. made a catch. Well, just like that, one play first down. And
now they're marked at the 48. There's Manning. Roby threw a pick last time looking for Martino. As Ogunzulu gets another counter handoff, and Ogun will pick up 7 yards on first down.
Well done again as the Legion crowds the line of scrimmage, leaving just 2 linebackers who both step up into the line as the ball's snapped.
And Roby up to 80 yards passing, quarterback rating of 59.1, probably due to that one interception. Gabriel Manning lined up tight.
Here we go again, watch.
Here is
they all back out.
The throw out to Matt Burnham, his second catch.
Ow!
He breaks a tackle, and he goes all the way down to the Legion 18-yard line.
Breaks a tackle, more like ran over. Number 25.
We'll get a look on the replay here.
Is that Trey Lawson? Here comes the pickup truck. Boom!
That's Trey Lawson. He's got cleat marks all over his spine.
Oh, man.
Two receivers to stop Manning in the slot. As Roby goes out to Zulu, and Ogun will pick up 3 yards on first down.
Now, you watch the linebacker play for the Legion, Colin. They again rotated around and ended up with a linebacker covering the slot receiver, and Roby just must not have seen it. But I'm guessing that could have gone for a big play if he'd have noticed.
Burnham now flex out to the bottom. Off the line of scrimmage slightly as Roby will take a 7-step drop, fires this to the end zone. It's a touchdown for San Francisco. Matt Burnham finds the end zone on his 3rd catch of the day.
Boy, from that Skycam angle behind Roby, Colin, that looked like a very doable play. There's a nice big window to throw into, lots of time to throw.
So with 7:07 to go in the second quarter, San Francisco's in front of Vancouver by the score of 10-7.
So I would say, with the way the Sharks have been able to move the ball, Vancouver is going to need to be on their horse and at least keep pace.
With a 16-yard touchdown pass from Rob Roby to Matt Burnham. As Sloan's kick goes to Lawson, and Lawson goes through the middle and gets knocked down at the 29. So can the Legion match, or can they top that touchdown with a touchdown of their own? They're down by 3. Welcome into the chat. Pure 2K12, Mr. Gutty 117. The Doctor, Andrew Hamilton, and Warhammer 62, among others. It's Cody Hill takes this one almost for a first down. He picked up about 9.5 yards.
He says, I'll take the whole 9 yards. Hey, talked about, who's that, Osiris?
Yeah.
Who's not on contract. Smart to be able to have that quality of player still on the roster.
As Sanchez In front of Hill, they'll throw on second and short, and he got a man wide open. It's Brett Killian, and Killian breaks a tackle and gets knocked out of bounds at the 47. And that raises Biddick's quarterback rating to 135.4.
0.4.
As Chad Guy had to clean up the mess after Barry Barkley got run over by a semi.
That decimal point on the QB rating brought to you by Show Business Studios, the official home of the SFL convention. The ultimate in live event, film production, prop rental, set design, and construction.
First and 10 from 47. Medium drop. Throw out to, I believe that's Sanchez. Eric stops on the tackle. Yes, that is. That's a pickup of 7 for the fullback. His second catch of the day.
Love the fullback. For those of you that may have caught Michigan, Nebraska, there was a ton of fullback play by the Wolverines. Very effective.
Sanchez, one of 2 contracted fullbacks throughout the league. The other is Alaska's Jason Williams and London's Rex Ripley. As the throw, was dropped by Farrell, but it turned out to be for the better because that would have gone for no gain.
Yep, Biddick's looking to the right side. His options on the left side of the field. Nothing there. Turns to his right, but that was also well defended.
As we have a 3rd and 3 split backs. Tight end is in the game, and the give is to Cody Hill, and he loses 3 yards.
The Sharks, with their linemen and linebackers, looked a lot like the Legion there as they rotated around 6 down linemen, and they sent the entire complement into the fray, and they get into the backfield and drop them for a loss, forcing a punt.
Abner St. John with the TFL there.
Little Abner.
Jess Kingston to punt it away, and it's a good one from him. And this will bounce all the way down to the 3-yard line.
There's your special teams play of the game so far.
As Dre Graham, the backup to Marquise Reed.
Yeah. Nice job by Jess Kingston to drop that in there. And as I said, excellent coverage by the Gunners.
Rob Roby under center has Ogunzula in the backfield, 3 wide, including Tim Brown Jr. in the slot to the bottom. Roby from his own end zone has to get rid of it, and does. And it's almost intercepted by the Legion. He was looking for Matt Burnham downfield, but Markham Lopez almost had an interception.
Super dangerous throw there as Roby is in imminent danger of giving up a safety. But instead of heaving it out of bounds, he actually tries to complete the deep route. And it was anybody's ball there for a moment.
Same formation, except Zulu is directly behind Roby. Here's the give to Zulu, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. They might have picked up a yard, but they'll say no gain.
Hold on. The advantage swings to Vancouver, now with 3rd and 10. An obvious passing down.
In the shadow of their own goalpost. Now they go 2 tight ends to one side, the receiver to the bottom. And they'll just give it off to Zulu. And Ogun will only move forward for about a pickup of a couple.
I didn't figure that one, Colin. The Sharks functionally wave the white flag and just try and get a little more room for the punt game.
Chris Kicks, who was the place kicker last year, is now the punter this year.
I'm trying him out there just for kicks.
With Eric Walsh moving on to Vancouver. And the punt is away, fielded by Lawson, and Lawson gets up to the 35-yard line. He didn't quite do what Donovan Peoples-Jones did against Nebraska yesterday, but it's still effective.
It is. Well, if you think about how the last 2 possessions worked out, Vancouver advanced the ball, stalled out, had to punt it away. Their defense holds, and now look where the Legion offense is way on the plus side.
As Biddix drops the throw against a blitz, has Sanchez open.
Okay, not bad.
Oh. Just got a notice handed to me by one of the producers. He says it's Major Key who actually returns kicks, not Trey Lawson.
Oh. Good to know. Well, let me go down the booth here and fire our spotter, Colin.
As Cody Hill gets stopped at the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 4.
Because as everybody knows who works in broadcasting, who's not the talent is never wrong. Sinister fish shake being waved in the air right now. As your Legion have a 3rd and 4 here, haven't advanced the ball very much.
2 receivers to the top split backs. Press coverage look from San Francisco. Biddix throws a slant cut, and that's good enough for a first down to Farrell. I tell you, both of these receivers are big. We already mentioned Farrell's particulars, but Brett Killian is 6'5", 232. That's a tall drink of water.
Farrell's cutting down the middle on short yardage. He knows he's going to take a couple of pops, is still able to concentrate and hold on to that ball. He knows all he has to do is secure it because he's already past the line of gain, which is how you run the route.
Cody Hill dots the I formation. One receiver is Killian. Here's the give to Hill. We have a flag on the play as Cody gets stopped at the line of scrimmage.
John Madden once said when there's a flag on the play, usually that means there's a penalty.
Oh, we have a hold on the offense. It looks like the guilty party is the tackle number 71, Jacob Bennett.
And there he is.
Grabbed a face full of
doing his best to disappear.
Fist full of men back there. 2-minute warning here from Canada. Legion down by 3. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music. There's a look at Abner St. John. As this 3rd down, we'll back him up all the way to the 30 as Biddix just throws this over the middle to Stevens, who gets a little bit short of the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 15, falling to pick up a 5. 5 catches for 66 yards on all of his targets.
Well, the Legion trying to execute a little game theory here. If they can put some points on the board right at the end of the half, Colin, they're going to get the ball back to start the second.
4 wide receivers. Throw out to Farrell, and it gets back to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 19 with that out.
So 3rd and long is the Fighting Andy Hamiltons here. Really surprising. Find themselves surprised. Down late in the first.
Biddix this time steps up under center, has 4 wide, takes a quick drop, has guys open, but throws to Kate Stevens, who gets out of bounds past the first down marker, 1st and goal.
Drop the sticks just for kicks, and let's see what happens.
Jabril Peppers on the tackle. I guess he's moonlighting as a player on the Sharks when he's not playing with the Browns.
Jabril is the man, by the way.
1 receiver to either side. 2 backs in the backfield. Biddix, quick drop. Down the field for Sanchez. Down the field for the tight end, and he catches it for a touchdown. It's number 85.
Back Bykowski. Haven't called that name in a while. Ever?
6'6", 255, and he was real easy to spot as he was behind everybody, Tobe Kaufman included.
Well, perhaps the Sharks were surprised that he was in the game too, and as they just give him a free release off the line of scrimmage. And Vancouver makes him pay.
Eric Walsh for the extra point attempt. And it's good. So with 56 seconds left, Vancouver takes a 4-point lead, 14-10.
We've got 56 seconds remaining before halftime here at Vancouver. And the Legion have just taken the lead.
Don't forget to download Score Stream, the official live scoring app of the SFL presented by APM Music. Download now for the latest SFL scores and updates on your Android and Apple devices. As Gabriel Manning returns it up to the 28 with 52 seconds left. Remember, the Legion get the ball first to start the third quarter, so San Francisco must feel like they got to do something with it.
Get their 52-second offense out here. And don't forget, everybody, hammer that like button. I think we only have 6 last time I checked.
As Roby will take a quick drop against the blitz, throws to Burnham, and he picks up 7 yards. Good first down play. They still have all 3 timeouts if they want to use them, but they elect to go to hurry up. Same set of drop again. Same receiver. First down. And now a timeout's used with 33 seconds left.
San Francisco can make 7 to 10 yards even on the next couple of plays. They've got time to put themselves in position to take a shot or potentially move into field goal range. Trying to answer Vancouver's nifty set of exchanges where they took over field position by forcing the punt out of the end zone by San Francisco.
As the throw from Roby is deep down the field. Oh, diving catch by Gabriel Manning. Holy cow, he went full Desmond Howard.
Oh, my gosh.
And we're going to get a replay of it. Thank goodness.
All right, catch your breath.
And he popped wide this one.
I didn't see anything there. It looks like his hand's under the ball. You know, they say the ball technically can touch the ground as long as the receiver is still controlling the ball. And it's good.
That's got to be one of the top plays of this week.
Probably just outside of reliable field goal range here.
Let's look at this comment from Gooner Bear. I'll read it in a moment. As the throw goes out to Manning, he steps out of bounds with 23 seconds left to pick up a 5.
And that will put the Sharks into field goal range. And they've got time to go for more.
As an aggressive drive when they won't get the kick the next half. What is this sorcery?
Magic.
2 tight ends to the bottom. Racer joins Burnham in that bunch. Ogunzulu is the tailback donning the I formation. Roby quick drop, and Rob Roby over in the middle. Pass is caught.
The Magic Man. I'm reminded of the old race car duo, Magic Man and El Diablo.
Spanish for fighting chicken as the throw over the middle. Knocked away.
Oh, Roby.
And he was looking for Manning, and Roby almost got burned.
Oh, man, as Shark Nation collectively exhales, creating a wind around the planet.
It's 2nd and 10, and they'll trot out the field goal team.
You know, with 8 seconds, she seems like there'd be enough time for maybe one play, but they don't want to risk it, and they'll be happy to attempt to tie the game. Pull within 1.
Be an easy field goal, and it's good from 30 yards away. So with 5 seconds left, their Esoterian Sloan cuts the lead to 1.
Hats off to the Sharks as they mitigate the damage of giving up the late first quarter touchdown to the Legion with a field goal.
Second quarter. You must have forgotten to count again because it's the second quarter.
Yeah, right before halftime. Did I not say that?
You said it was the first quarter.
First half.
And then
all right, nobody needs to email me or text or tweet at me.
Major Key returns this up the middle of the 26.
I don't need the hassle.
With 2 seconds left, be sure to follow the Simulation Football League on Twitter at SimulationFL. They got all the other game links going on. if you are interested in checking out more than just this game. And the Legion will most likely run the ball one more time and go 8.5 with a 1-point lead. As give is off to Cody Hill, and Hill gets stopped in the line of scrimmage. He's averaging 3 yards a carry. Isaiah Crowell on the tackle, and we've reached halftime here in Canada with the Legion in front by a single point of 14-13 over San Francisco. Well, halftime highlights scroll across your screen, folks. Let's hear from the Simulation Football League's title sponsor.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
As you can see, the passing statistics were in favor of San Francisco a bit, as well as the rushing, but it was the interception by Roby thrown to Marquise Reed that ended up making the difference, as well as getting 6 points out of 2 field goals rather than a touchdown on one of those drives that ended up making the difference. Seen the most unlikely target score. Cody Hill only 24 yards rushing. And we've seen Gabriel Manning make spectacular catches like that all game long. Reed and Lawson have 6 and 3 tackles respectively. Vancouver will get the ball first to start the second half with a 1-point lead. Looking to get a little breathing room. Major Key is back deep. As my colleague, I warned him not to do this, but he went to the buffet that was right here in the press box, or right near where we're located in this stadium, to get some food. I told him to eat before the game, but he didn't listen to me. First and 10 for Vancouver from the 28-yard line. I formation, 2 tight ends in a balanced line. One receiver to the bottom is Brett Killian. And they give off to Cody Hill, and Hill runs straight ahead for a pickup of 7 on his first carry to open up this third quarter.
Undaunted by the Sharks' rejoinder to the Legion touchdown, they are back in business here, trying to press the advantage. And I had to step away for a couple moments. We've been getting power surges here at Broadcast Central and needed to check on things, but we're okay.
I told him it was a buffet nearby and you went to go eat some, even though I told you not to. As Cody Hill picks up his best run of the day as he goes to the 47.
Wow, and on the receiving end of one of the best hits of the day so far. Yeah, Broadcast Central is protected by some pretty high-tech-y circuits and whole system surge protectors. And we got another one, but it didn't cut us out.
We'll keep
an eye on that. No worries here, say Vancouver, as they're trying to cross the 50 here in the start of the second half.
Here's the give once again to Hill. He has a hot hand, and he goes up over the 50.
plus territory.
As I'm still marveling at that last hit on the run before. The play that occurred just a few moments ago. We see the three-man backfield. As Cody Hill gets the carry, gets a nice block from Sanchez. There goes Cody Hill, outrunning Tobe Kaufman, who finally chases him down at the 19-yard line. First and 10 Vancouver.
Cody downhill. And this is great. We can watch this. This is an old, now we're not going to see the full, the sky view of it, but it's an old single wing concept where they just overload the attacking side, and there's too many hats for San Francisco to fight through, and it leads to a nifty run gain.
As Biddick's back to throw, throws it out to a wide receiver, number 88, Kyle Cobb, and Cobb will get knocked down at the 7, where it'll be first and goal.
First and goal. Goal.
As the Biddicks will get sacked on the play. Avoided one defender, but couldn't avoid the second. And he gets knocked back to the 10.
he's either
Ricky Shocks was there to clean up the mess as Biddicks shed number 50.
It looks like he's okay. Sorry, Colin, but he might have been trying to be slow to get up for effect. All part of the game. Sorry, number 50.
4 wide receivers for the Legion. Quick drop, throw again to Cobb, and Cobb gets them right about where they were in the original line. Scrimmage. Chad Guy on the tackle. That's a pickup of 3. It'll be third and goal from the 7.
Trying to catch a little gap right over the middle. San Francisco stout had the foresight to populate that part of the field with several defenders, stymieing the attempt.
Here is the Legion. Same set. Quick drop. Throw to the sideline, and a great tackle by number 23, Dean Maddox, on Cade Stevens. It'll be fourth and goal from the 3, and Eric Walsh will be brought on to try field goal.
You know, that's one of those, they're going to work on that. If Biddicks would have let him into the end zone, he had a step on the defender, and he could have just run under it. But alas, it's a field goal.
As the field goal is up and good from 19 yards.
Walsh does a good job of not being flustered as that snap is in the dirt, so to speak. Good job by the holder to corral it and get it set. And the Legion, in their last 2 possessions, put 10 points on the board, extend their lead 17-13.
With 6:47 in its third, they ate up a lot of time, over 5 minutes. Can San Francisco respond? They've gone a bit quiet since their last touchdown drive. They did get 3 points out of.
Yeah, right at the end of the first half.
Yep.
Not the first quarter.
Here is Frank Champion.
He's a spark plug.
2 wide receivers at the top. Mickey Martino's been shut out as Roby will go out to Ogunzulu, and Zulu will pick up 2 yards. I tell you, if the receiver out there, Manning, made the block, I think Zulu would have picked up more yards.
Last time San Francisco ran that play, they went for a deep route on the next snap.
Roby up to 180 yards passing as he looks over press coverage from Vancouver, and he takes a medium drop, throw over the middle, complete to Manning. Set up a 3rd and manageable as he gets tackled at the 38. It'll be 3rd and 2. As it was a shotgun run on 3rd and 2 to Ogunzulu, and he lost a yard.
That's one of those slow developing plays, and they just can't sustain the blocks on the offense for the Sharks, and that's it. You know, Colin, we've got to get to the playoff scenario, unless when I was at the buffet line, you ran through some of those, but here's the punt first by the Sharks.
Well, I only ran through the one at the beginning of the game. We can go through the other ones if you like.
Yes, sir. Ooh.
As the one is away from kicks, nearly blocked, and the return by Major Key is up to the 27. Let's take a look at those scenarios. We already have a couple of automatic qualifiers. The Legion at 10. The
Legion?
The Alaska Storm at 10-0 have clinched the number 1 seed and cannot fall lower than 2. The 9-0 Tallahassee Pride are currently the number 2 seed. As back on the field of play, I formation. Here's the give off to Cody Hill, and Cody Hill, he's been eating up the last several times he's touched the ball. He's up to 83 yards and pick up a 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 32. We had the Carolina Skyhawks, number 3 seed, 7-2. 7-3, Baltimore Vultures. They own the head-to-head tiebreaker over Queen City. The number 6 seed is the 6-4 Aztecs. And Houston Hyenas at 6-4 are the 5 seed. As Cody Hill goes around the right side and gets past the 40 for another first down. As he picks up 2 plays in a row, he's starting to impose his will.
Solid running, as he's got to avoid a man in the backfield, which he does.
As far as the wild cards go, Queen City, by the virtue of head-to-head tiebreaker over Baltimore, is the 7th seed. As Biddix will throw over the middle. It's dropped by Trevor Farrell, and this real estate in front of him.
Oh, his eyes got really big at his own buffet line there as he's thinking about trotting down the field. Forgets to corral the ball, and that is an uncharacteristic mistake for Farrell, who's been having a good game.
Chicago is the 10th seed at 5-4. They own common tiebreaker over the New Orleans Pharaohs, who have the same record.
We're into the wild cards now?
Yes.
All right.
As the Legion line up for this play, offsides free play, and they go a bit backwards as Trevor Farrell had to go back for that ball, but eventually went forward, so they'll probably take the 5 yards.
You think they're trying to get him back on that horse by throwing to him again?
Looks like we had David Njoku, the defensive end, a guilty party there for encroachment. Sioux Falls owns the head-to-head tiebreaker over Vegas. They're the 8th seed. Fury are the 9th seed at 6-4. Teams on the outside looking in, but still.
We'll get to that in a sec.
We'll get to that in this. We'll get to the rest of the scenarios in a second. As another offsides, Cody Hill this time powers past the first down marker for a first down. They'll likely decline this one.
Did you notice he stuck his arm out like to give the tackler a stiff arm? That's like putting your arm out in front of a freight train. The Sharks again.
Looks like Abner St. John jumped offsides this time.
By the way, Andy Hamilton says they are now in the playoffs since you said it, Colin. Apparently nominating you for temporary commissioner authorities as the commish pick. We should have a commish pick. One deserving team who's not made it. They get to play have a play-in game, commish play-in game.
As here's the give once again to Cody Hill, and this time he stopped at the line of scrimmage on first down. He actually picked up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Just what Cam wants, more controversy in his life.
And the teams in the hunt, we had the 5-4 New Orleans Pharaohs, the expansion team, the Atlanta Swarmers sitting at 5-5. Then we had the 6-4 Tulsa Desperados.
Go slower.
And then we had the Legion and Nightwings, who we already went over. As Jonathan Sanchez gets a carry and picks up the first down almost. He'll be a few yards short. He'll be a yard short, actually. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the Shark 38.
So your automatic qualifiers, to recap, are Alaska and Tallahassee, then Carolina and Baltimore, and the Aztecs and the Hyenas, for those of you keeping score at home.
3-man backfield. As Hill gets the carry, cuts inside of his blockers and picks up the first down to the 34. And Cody Hill with that carry is over 100 yards. He's at 1 of 3 on just 17 carries.
Well, this drive is starting to chew up a meaningful amount of time, which is just what Vancouver would like as they're beginning to approach the red zone.
They got 2 tight ends, a balanced line. Ron Swanson, the center, snaps it to Biddix, who gives it to Cody Hill. Hill pops through and almost went a long way, but he picked up 9 yards officially. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Not a bad reason to run a traditional I formation, in my humble opinion. You can produce runs like that. Much more effective than the 2-yard out route.
San Francisco crowding the box. The corners in press coverage. Here's to get the Hill, and he'll pick up the first down with ease as he gets knocked down at the 22 by Barry Barkley.
Now, I don't know. Maybe I was the only one, but it seems like the Sharks should have known that was coming.
Here is Vancouver out of the strong eye formation this time. They give it to the right to Hill, who follows Sanchez's block and picks up the first down. No, that's the backup. So even the backups are getting a little fun now. Myron Jackson Jr., the reserve player, following Jonathan Sanchez's block.
Interesting personnel moves as they scored that touchdown at the end of the first half with a lightly used tight end, and now we've got a reserve with a meaningful rep.
As Hill is back in the game after he gets a blow from Jackson. 1st and goal from the 8. Under 25 seconds to go in the third. Here's another carry for Cody Hill, and this time he gets slowed up at the line of scrimmage. This is looking like one of them Army or Navy drives, or even Air Force.
Potential. Or even Air Force.
Looks like that'll be the last play of the quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, the Vancouver Legion leads 17-13, but they're threatening with more. And now a word from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
Oh! The give was to Hill, and he walks in virtually untouched for the touchdown. Therefore, putting even more pressure on the lads from the city by the bay.
Wow, how many times did they run out of that I formation with 2 tight ends and a single wideout? Several times on that drive.
Just impose their will on the defense.
San Francisco women and children, avert your eyes. As you got a little old-fashioned. A fan of which am I?
None of this fancy schmancy RPO spread stuff. In other words, that's what he's saying.
That's right. Or mindless out routes and swing passes.
Or bubble screens. So the Legion to kick off to the Sharks, and now it's reached almost panic mode.
Maybe there's not. Boy, you know, if Legion gets the ball back and can burn up half a quarter with one possession.
Penalty is on the field as Gabriel Manning returns it up to the 35, but it looks like we have a flag as Trey Graham got ran over by Gabriel Manning and is still down on the field.
Run. Yeah, and hat tip to Andy Hamilton and the Brain Trust, dare I say that, with the Legion, for putting in some of those plays that we don't see a lot of in the SFL. And I'm talking about the I formation, tight end tight, all that kind of stuff.
A personal foul clipping on the return for San Francisco. The guilty party, number 70, Marcus Lindsay, back up a guard. Will put the ball all the way back at the 16, so San Francisco does himself no favors. Split shotgun for the Sharks. They go 3 wide. Low snap for Roby. Back to throw, has to bail out. There's a flag down. He just throws it out of bounds.
It looks like it might be a hold. It's in the vicinity of holding, as they say.
I saw the referee throw the flag. Yep, it is a. We have a defensive holding on number 30, Xander Mack, out there in nickel package.
Wow, how did the back judge see that?
I don't know.
Probably R62, you know. He's the best ref they got.
So that moves the ball up to the 21, and the Sharks have more breathing room to do stuff.
Said the commenter waving the red flag in front of the faithful.
As the throw, went out to Burnham, but it was knocked away at the last minute by Frank Champion, the inside linebacker, making a play on the tight end.
Oh, he's got to come up and recover. Nicely done.
And I tell you, number 9, Tommy Gunn, he just stood there. He stopped in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Maybe he got a text.
And again, they go empty shotgun. Ogunzulu flexed out wide. One receiver to either side. Here's the throw out to Mickey Martino, and that is Martino's first catch of the ball game. Welcome, young man. Nice of you to show up, even if it is in the fourth quarter.
8 picks up 9. It's a good time to make a catch. As his team, the Sharks, are down by 2 scores, and the Legion showing an ability to chew clock. So they're going to need 2 possessions and a defensive stop to make this thing happen.
We have a 3rd and 1 from the 30. Gabriel Manning lined up tight on the wing. Here's that counterplay to Zulu, and he weaves his way through, but they say he stopped short. I thought they were going to give forward progress, but I guess not. Vic Bowers Jr. on the stop.
Wow. From this professionally corrected eye with an optometric medical staff person, it looked like he had made the line of gain, and there's no challenge. I don't understand.
They'll punt it away to the Legion, as Major Key will get knocked down at the 32.
All right, so we'll keep track of this here. 9:07 on the game clock as the Legion take over here in the fourth quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're liking the game. We are.
Don't forget to patronize our sponsors. Our newest one is Spy Goat. Your choice for sound reinforcement. As Cody Hill gets the carry, and he gets stopped in the backfield for a loss of 1. You know, they got a steady dose of Cody Hill last drive.
They did.
And Isaiah Crowell.
I got the random shout out for James Richards and Richards Print Works. put together a really sweet shirt for Colin, which he's rocking right now with the Gladiators logo on it. Thank you, James.
Yeah, it's all nice 3D printed and stuff. It's really fancy as Cody Hill puts on some fancy footwork and picks up about 12.
I love that. Somebody's on their game. And again.
Broke one tackle of Hoffman. Christian Torre. Or no. There was some defender. We didn't see who fell down, but Cody Hill decided to go vertical.
Again, that's functionally a veer or a single wing type concept. So they put 3 in the backfield, and they all get involved in blocking or advancing the ball.
Quick drop for Biddix. Throws it out. And that's a 7-yard pickup to Brett Killian.
That brings up 2nd and 3rd, Colin, and we go just under 8 minutes. So the Legion have chewed up 1:07 and counting.
Let's see what they run here on this play as both receivers line up to the bottom. And they'll throw again. Looking for Farrell, who dove, and he couldn't quite haul it in.
I don't know what happened on that one, Colin. He looked like he was open, and the normally very reliable Biddix just had a hard time delivering that ball, even though it was only like 7 yards downfield.
3rd and 3. They have the play now.
That also stopped the clock, which San Francisco is not, about which San Francisco won't complain.
Bunch to the bottom. Includes Sanchez. Medium drop back. Throw out to the fullback, and he gets the first down. It's kind of an awkward angle for Biddix, but he threw it in a spot where Jonathan could snatch that ball out of the air and move forward with it.
Speaking of awkward, try not to dangle your precipitals. That can get you all tongue-tied.
Your precipitals.
Don't end your sentence in a preposition.
As Cody Hill gets the carry, and Cody gets knocked down at the 40, but we have a flag that might have been thrown in the backfield. Let's see what our 62 has to say. Oh, we have a clipping call.
Ooh.
This time against Brett Killian. That'll back him up a ways.
You don't see clipping very often. It's not rare, but it's not frequent either. And we've got two in this game.
We usually see it with linemen. We very rarely see it out with wide receivers, but it's 1st and 22 anyhow.
Yeah, it might just have been trying to get a little payback on a DB.
Here's Cody Hill. Up the middle, he picks up 1. It'll be 2nd and 21. He's now up to 136.
Again, it's the subplot here. Sharks need 2 scoring possessions and a defensive stop. They punted the ball away to the Legion, who are close to completing 3 minutes of possession time here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 21. Biddix, 6-step drop. Fires down the field. Oh, and almost tipped by San Francisco and then caught by Brett Killian, but Barry Barkley had his hands on it first.
Man.
Oh.
Barry Barkley, excuse me, yeah, almost tips it to the Legion.
Yeah, 3rd and 21. It stops the clock with 6:07.
Exactly 3 minutes of game time elapsed on this drive so far with a crucial 3rd and a mile.
Let's see how the Legion decide to play this one. They will pass. Down the field, Farrell. He'll be 2 yards short, but he was awfully close. He'll be marked down at the 38.
You know, I don't know if they can make from this distance with their kicker.
Cristiano Torres made the saving tackle.
I'm not sure what Jess's range is.
And they got Eric Walsh, a contract.
But I was going to say, you might as well just go for it here. Because if you don't make it, like I said, they still have to score twice and stop you.
And they're going to punt it.
Nope. Fake it. Noonan.
as the punt is away from Kingston. And it will go out of bounds at the 7.
Nice job. Excellent work there by the punter.
So San Francisco,
The puntress.
will have a way to go
Be careful how you say that.
as they start from their own 7-yard line, down by 2 scores with 5:33 left. You got to think it's got to come from the arm of Rob Roby and Gabriel Manning.
Based on the chat, apparently that order to punt came from on high.
As Ogunzulu with the carry, and he gets stopped. Zulu has only 35 yards, 3.2 yards a carry.
I get the surprise factor there, Colin, but why do you run into the line here at the end of the game, backed up in your own end?
Sharks must be operating from the Al Borges playbook as they give to
Another
Zulu
one.
again.
And they're not in the hurry up, and the clock is running.
And they must be operating from the Philadelphia Eagles at the end of Super Bowl 39 section of the playbook. Correction. Sorry, Eagles fans. Is it still too soon, even though you won one?
Sometimes the I in the AI is not a capital I.
Roby throws.
Who
he
made
was
that?
looking for Manning, but Jenkins.
Was that
with
Champion?
Jenkins,
sorry.
with the pressure, and looked like Champion might have gotten a paw on it. Again, the linebacker making these huge plays out here, and San Francisco's going to keep their offense out on the field. Probably what they should have done the first time.
Yep.
Empty backfield. 3 to the bottom. 1 to the top is Martino. Here is the throw to Burnham, and he gets the first down.
Clutch. Total clutch play there. That's a gutty move and a great play.
As the throw. Roby
no.
goes down at the 8.
The Legion says, fine, we're going to send the house here.
2nd and 19. Clock running. Roby from his end zone. Throws to Burnham again. This sets up a 3rd and 14.
Tackled in the field of play.
Clock under 4 minutes to go now. And the throw down the field complete to Tommy Gunn. And Gunn all the way down to the 36.
2 clutch conversions.
As
for
that
your
was Franco
Sharks.
Sonati on that sack. As the rookie finally gets his first career sack as Roby down the field. And it's intercepted! Intercepted by Markham Lopez. And he was looking for his top target, Gabriel Manning. And that could just about put a bow on this one.
It might, although the Sharks still have 3 timeouts.
And while all this was going on, we have some updates from around the league. Carolina at 7-2 is in front of Chicago, 20-14 in the fourth quarter. And Alaska is in front of Denver Nightwings at 24-14. So all things are coming up Legion as Cody Hill gets to carry out a 3-man backfield, and he gets stopped for a 9-yard pickup to the 46.
More importantly, stays in bounds. It's going to put some stress on the Sharks and their timeout situation here.
As Mr. Gutty 117 goes, apparently we don't know how timeouts work.
Maybe we can stop and talk about it.
We can pause as Biddix is up under center in the I formation. That's the play clock run down under 5. He snaps it with 2, and Cody Hill picks up the first down. That's a masterful play clock management.
All right, do you use a timeout before the 2-minute warning? I say yes. Nothing's happening.
Depends on what happens. There's about.
Well, they're going to – you've got to pull it now because otherwise they're going to run it down just before the 2-minute warning, run a play, and the clock will stop anyway. But there was about 30 seconds they could have preserved of game time.
Bunch to the bottom, including Sanchez. Hill as the single back. And they'll look like they'll run one more play. It's Cody Hill. And Cody Hill has room. 20, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He puts an exclamation point on this game for Vancouver with that touchdown run.
Oh, my.
Has some 45 yards covered, and he wasn't even touched by any of the guys wearing all white.
Of course, San Francisco's expecting a pass attempt, and they've got a lot of guys on the line of scrimmage, and they get boxed up. I didn't catch who that was, but it looked like a couple of the Sharks got tied up by one guy, one offensive lineman, and boom, goes the dynamite.
Extra point by Eric Walsh is up and through. So with 2:02 left, Vancouver's up 31-13.
Well, we will get to the 2-minute warning here at the conclusion of the kickoff, Colin.
Eric Walsh will boot it away. Gabriel Manning from the 5. Manning up the middle of the field will get tackled at the 30. Clock will stop for the 2-minute warning with 1:58 left. San Francisco has all 3 timeouts to work with. Rob Roby trying to salvage a little bit of something here with his team down by a bundle. Will throw over the middle, complete to Gabriel Manning, and here comes the hurry up.
Roby finds himself down by 3 scores.
And Roby throws deep. Oh, knocked away.
Nearly another pick, and that would mean 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions and then a field goal. So it's really 3 touchdowns. With 1:39 left to play in the ball game, Colin.
Second and 10 from their own 45. Pass intended for Mickey Martino. Empty shotgun for Rob Roby. Sees something. And audibles to a different play as Vancouver jumps off sides. Free play and throw goes out. And it's knocked away by Drew Hamilton, the reserve corner, number 24.
That's a great hard count, both with his voice and the body inflection.
Looks like Dre Collins. I'll keep in mind the other Dre on this team. Dre Graham was hurt earlier. But the injury graphic was covered up by the rushing graphic. So the boys in the truck once again screw it up for us.
Oh, man, we're going to have to limit their Pop-Tarts and Mountain Dew.
Gabriel Manning, productive day, 10 catches for 115 yards on 13 targets, 2.
The Sharks have half the field to go, and they'd like to manufacture some points here, something they can build
Blitz
on.
comes late. The throw over the middle is a first down reception.
Something to build on for next week.
As Roby going deep down the middle of the field, knocked away.
As this game's all over but the crying.
Lopez knocked it away.
And Legion secondary, Colin, still making great plays. Taking a little pride in the limiting the Sharks to 13. They don't want to give up any more points.
Second and 10 from the Legion 45. Clock stopped at 1:20. As some of the 2s are in for Vancouver. Deep drop for Roby. Over the middle, pass is dropped by Tim Brown Jr. And that's the worst time to have your drop.
Wow. Well, he's well defended now. Legion are just bringing it on the back end, aren't they?
Indeed they are. There's hardly any drop off from the 1s to the 2s. As the crowd here takes up a chant of defense. Roby changes the play, sees the press coverage. Will throw. Throws on the run, complete to Manning. To the 30-yard line. Clock ticking close to under a minute left in this game. As Roby throws for Tommy Gunn, and Gunn with his second catch on the drive picks up 5. And the hurry up continues. I don't know why the timeouts are being used. As the throw to Burnham over the middle will get 2 yards, and there's finally a timeout with 42 seconds.
Right on cue. You know, the play before that for the big gain, that was great route design. They ran deep, ran the corner off, turns around, and the pass arrives, and he's functionally it's like a basketball play. He's blocking the defender out. Really has no chance to make a play on the ball. The defense does.
As Roby, with 3 wide receivers, will throw once again. Throws to the end zone. Down to the goal line is Manning, and they call a timeout with 37 seconds left. I don't know how they didn't call it a touchdown, but Roby fit it between 3 defenders.
You know why his head and shoulders fell into the end zone, but the ball was down by his midsection, which did not advance over the goal line, Colin.
Let's see what San Francisco decides to do here. They're down to 1 timeout. They'll throw. And gets away, and he runs in for the touchdown. So Rob Roby has a touchdown on the ground.
Mr. Roby goes for a stroll after attempting a pass.
He's looking downfield. He had Ogunzulu open initially, but he just ran out of time. I think Red Ross came in, disrupted things, and Roby just shut him and ran in.
Yeah, his O-line lets the rush proceed upfield. And once he gets through, there's nobody there. He walks into the end zone. Nice play, Roby.
The extra point by Razatarian Sloan out of the hold of James Winston is good. So the score is now 31-20 with 32 seconds left, and they'll try an onside kick just for the practice.
This onside kick brought to you by Hope and a Prayer.
It's going to reverse the other way, bounce up in the air, but the Legion recover it. It looks like Mr. Xander Mack, back up to Marquise Reed, bobbled it initially, but was able to get his hands on that one. And it's all over but the crying at this point.
That's duly noted. What are some of your ideas for player of the game when we get to the end of this thing, Colin?
Well, I think Cody Ella has to be under consideration, as does Mark Biddix and Marquise Reed or Frank Champion.
I was going to say Champion on the for his part. Pretty strong set of contributions to this. Well, Andrew Alexander Hamilton is on the money with this game.
Comes through in the clutch. His Legion are still in the playoff picture. They just need to win out the remaining 2 contests that they do have and hope some teams in front of them lose. Like Atlanta plays New Orleans tonight. That's a pair of 5-win teams.
Absolutely. Who's in our wild? Let's go back to our wild cards real quick here, Colin, while they're letting the play clock wind down. Of course, the Legion at 3-6. They're going to go to 4-6.
Well, Queen City at 7-3. Sioux Falls at 6-4. Las Vegas at 6-4. It looks like Chicago will drop to 5-5, making
them vulnerable.
And then, of course, we have New Orleans and Atlanta.
Yep.
which are right on the heels, followed by Tulsa and Vancouver.
The Legion is still going to need, they're going to have to keep winning, and obviously they're going to need some people to lose, but they hold serve here at home. And you can see, look at the time of possession.
As the Legion held the ball for 25 minutes, had over 100 yards rushing.
Put 31 on the board and a more than serviceable D. Garbage time, give up a late touchdown, really meaningless. The Legion looked good, Colin. I think the optics in this game were strong, but no disrespect to the Sharks. They are not one of your better tests in the SFL at this point in the season. So it remains to be seen what the future holds for the Legion.
Cody Hill ended up with 191 on the ground. Logan Zulu was held pretty much in check all game, as the Sharks dropped to 2-8. And the Legion advanced to 6-4.
Thanks for the shout-outs.
And thank you for the compliment, Mr. Gutty. 117.
And a lively chat. Not sure who our chatter of the game might be, Colin.
Oh, I think there's plenty of people to choose from chatter. And the player of the game is Cody Hill, 27 carries, 191 yards, and averaged just over 7 yards a carry. Yeah. Well deserved for the rookie.
Marquise Reed, of course, Andy Hamilton. He tends to try and overwhelm everybody by sheer volume, but he is interesting.
And we have Major Key. The Doctor was active. Mr. Gutty was active. For all of us in the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northrup. He's Rick Northrup. Have a good evening, everybody, and enjoy the primetime game.